from the windswept shores of Normandy to the rugged mountains of Afghanistan. Canada's military history is a tapestry woven with threads of courage, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to peace and freedom. Often seen as a quiet, peacekeeping nation, Canada has, time and again, answered the call to arms with a ferocity and effectiveness that has turned the tide of major global conflicts. Today, we're counting down Canada's 10 greatest military moments. These are the battles and campaigns where Canadian soldiers punched far above their weight, earning the respect of allies and the fear of their enemies. This isn't just a history lesson. It's the story of a nation forged in fire. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the Battle of Paardeberg in 1900. During the Second Boer War in South Africa, Canadian soldiers fighting for the British Empire played a pivotal role in a major victory. It was a grueling battle, fought under a scorching sun. The Boers were well entrenched, but the Canadians, in their first major overseas deployment, led a daring nighttime charge. Their tenacity and bravery were instrumental in forcing the surrender of over 4,000 Boer soldiers. This victory was a defining moment, marking Canada's arrival on the world military stage and proving that its volunteer soldiers were a force to be reckoned with. At number 9, we have the Battle of CapCut during the Korean War in 1951. Here, a small contingent of about 700 Canadian soldiers from the 2nd Battalion, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. Coming in at number 8 is the Battle of the Atlantic. From 1939 to 1945, this was the longest continuous campaign of the Second World War. The Royal Canadian Navy, which started the war with just a handful of ships, grew into one of the largest Allied navies. Their primary mission was to protect the vital convoys carrying supplies, troops, and equipment from North America to Britain. Facing the constant threat of German U-boats, Canadian sailors and airmen bravely escorted thousands of merchant ships across the treacherous North Atlantic. Their success was absolutely essential to the Allied war effort, ensuring that Britain could continue the fight against the Axis powers. For number 7, we turn to the skies over Britain in 1940. The Battle of Britain was a pivotal air campaign, and Canadian pilots were right in the thick of it. Over 100 Canadian pilots flew with the Royal Air Force, with many more serving as ground crew. They fought with incredible skill and courage against the German Luftwaffe. One squadron, known as NO, one squadron of the Royal Canadian Air Force, distinguished itself by shooting down numerous enemy aircraft. These Canadian airmen, part of the few celebrated by Winston Churchill, helped save Britain from invasion and demonstrated Canada's growing prowess in air warfare. At number 6, we journeyed to Sicily in 1943. Operation Husky. The Allied invasion of Sicily was Canada's first major campaign in the Second World War as a full division. The 1st Canadian Infantry Division fought through rugged, mountainous terrain against determined German and Italian defenders. The campaign was a brutal, month-long slog. Canadian soldiers demonstrated incredible endurance and fighting spirit, capturing key towns and objectives. Their successful campaign in Sicily was a crucial stepping stone for the invasion of mainland Italy and showcased the maturity and capability of the Canadian Army, paving the way for its significant role in the liberation of Europe. Breaking into our top 5 is the Battle of Ortona in December 1943, fought in a medieval Italian town with narrow, winding streets. Ortona became a brutal house-to-house battle. The 1st Canadian Infantry Division faced elite German paratroopers who were experts in urban warfare. The eventual capture of the town came at a high cost, but stands as a testament to Canadian ingenuity and sheer grit in the face of some of the war's most savage fighting. Our number 4 spot goes to Juno Beach on D-Day, June 6, 1944. On that fateful morning, 14,000 Canadian soldiers stormed the heavily defended coastline of Normandy. It remains one of the most significant and proudest days in Canadian military history. In the top 3 now, at number 3, is Canada's 100 Days. This refers to the final period of the First World War, from August to November 1918. During this offensive, the Canadian Corps, recognized as one of the most effective fighting formations on the Western Front, spearheaded a series of major Allied attacks. At number 2, we have the Battle of Passchendaele in 1917, fought in a nightmarish landscape of mud and shell craters. And finally, Canada's number 1 greatest military moment, the Battle of Vimy Ridge. In April 1917, for the first time, all 4 divisions of the Canadian Corps fought together as a single unit. Their task was to capture a heavily fortified 7-kilometer ridge that had defied previous French and British attacks. Through incredibly detailed planning, innovative artillery tactics like the creeping barrage, and the sheer bravery of its soldiers, the Canadian Corps achieved a stunning victory in just 4 days. Vimy Ridge was more than a military triumph. It was a defining moment for Canada as a nation. It instilled a sense of national pride and identity, proving that Canada could stand on its own as a formidable force on the world stage. The victory at Vimy is widely considered the moment Canada truly came of age. From Paardeberg to Vimy Ridge, from the cold Atlantic to the skies over Britain, these 10 moments represent the very best of Canada's military spirit. They are stories of courage, innovation, and sacrifice that have shaped not only Canada's history, but the course of world events. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Canada's greatest military moments. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let us know in the comments which Canadian military moment you find most inspiring. Until next time.